job can be gruesome. Yes, a real job can be gruesome. A real job can make you very tired. But yes, a real job can be gruesome. A real job can make you very tired. But a real job doesn't suck the soul out of you. You know what I mean? In the same way that 9 hours of streaming absolutely will. So, yes, a real job can...
Oh, no. Oh, no. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Hasan's gonna get a lot of hate for this clip. But he's kind of right. He is kind of right. It depends on what you mean by, like, soul-sucking. But, I mean... The problem is if you're imprecise with your language, people can read things in a lot of different ways. So for instance, being a Hollywood actor is a harder job than working fast food, right? That's true. Or being like an engineer is a harder job than being a fast food worker. Or being a streamer is more soul-draining than being a fast food worker. Those things are true. The difference is that the big one is that, one, you choose it. You want to do these things because the agency and the payoffs are so much higher, right? Even if streaming might be more, quote-unquote, soul-destroying or soul-sucking in certain ways, which it obviously is, versus being a fast food worker, even if it's more soul-destroying, you choose it because you get to choose what you want to do for your job, so the agency is very high, your engagement with your work, and because the reward is way higher too, right? Would a socialist not say that working under oppressive capitalism is not sucking the soul out of the human spirit? Oh, maybe, but he's retarded, and he doesn't know anything about socialism, so that's different, but... How often and for how long does Hasan stream? Hasan streams like 9 hours a day, doesn't he? But engineering is more difficult than acting? By definition, that's not true. I'm guessing that any reasonably intelligent person can go to can go to school and get a degree in most engineering, whereas acting is going to be competitive. Anything that's competitive by nature is probably going to be harder than things that are not competitive. Like there are only so many roles to go around. There are only so many roles to go around. In 90 days, he streamed 626 hours. That's quite a bit of streaming. Today, I learned that there's infinite engineering jobs. My guess would be is that there's probably a really high demand for engineering jobs compared to the demand for acting jobs. Correct, you fucking retard. That is true. Stay mad. I know you're mad and you think you're super ultra special, but chances are there's a reason why STEM degrees pay so much money. If you go to school, you get a degree in engineering. Nobody comes out of school like, God, I'm a mechanical engineer. I just can't find any work. Oh no. Like, bro, yes, correct. That's not what you said. You said it isn't competitive. It isn't as competitive. Correct. Yes, that is correct. Engineering is not as competitive as like being an actor, at least like in a main production. I guess you could be like an actor in a high school play or something, or in local productions, I guess, depending on how broadly you want to make actor work, I guess. But I hear that comp sci degrees are being somewhat oversaturated. Is that true? I wouldn't trust anything that anybody on Reddit or Twitter says about any type of degree. Just go look up the average salaries or shit like that. People have said that for a million years. Oh, comp sci is oversaturated. If you get these degrees, nobody's hiring programmers anymore. Like people say, I don't think that's true. I don't think the average wages, the median salaries reflect that. The hiring rates reflect that. I don't know if any of that is true. Yeah. What would your definition be if someone asked you, how has being a streamer for all these years affected your soul? Well, for me, I like it, but that's because I have a penchant for soul-destructive navigation, and I enjoy it. I love it, okay? Isn't Hasan's statement stupid because even though streaming is hard, it's still a privilege to do that instead of working a normal job? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The big difference between these jobs is that you choose them. The difference is that however hard streaming and however hard fast food work is, the fast food worker would almost always choose to do a harder job like streaming. The streamer would probably never choose to do an easier job like fast food work. And there's a reason why. And the reason why is because the agency and the payoff, the compensation is so much higher for doing the other stuff, yeah. Was carpet cleaning easier than streaming? The problem is just when you say easy, that's just a really vague word, right? Was it easier than streaming? I mean, I don't have to lift a power scrubber out of a truck as a streamer, but I imagine it's probably way easier for most people to become carpet cleaners than it is for people to become streamers, right? Would you consider that what we just watched with what Jimmy John's employs soul-sucking in any sense of the term? Yeah, working retail and normal jobs is definitely soul-sucking, but it's soul-sucking in different ways. So for instance, I can have a shitty day at work and just have a shitty day at work if I worked at McDonald's or when I worked at the casino or when I was a carpet cleaner, right? You have a shitty day, you go in, right? Let me just back of house the whole time or go bus. I don't want to deal with customers. I feel like whatever, blah, blah, blah. You can do that. For streaming or entertainment, you can't have 30 days because when you have a day, one, sometimes you can't even stream. If you do, it's going to get amplified because people are going to notice, they're going to talk about it. And three, your job is under a microscope by 50 billion people that are also all invested in your destruction at any particular point in time. That doesn't happen in however bad McDonald's was and dealing with shitty customers was, I was done with the customer when the customer walked out the door. Whereas for streaming, the presence of other people pressuring you is constant, even when you're not working. So, I mean, it's, yeah. Yeah, but that would be an interesting question for Hasan. Is being a CEO more soul-crushing than an employee? Because if Hasan says no there, then he's just being a hypocrite, yeah. Hasan said that your fans are brigading the LSF thread. No, but Hasan does send his fans sometimes to brigade the threads. I can tell when it happens too. It's very funny. It's like there'll be a huge uptick instantly, and Hasan people in downvotes and shit, yeah. And then the comments restart themselves like instantly. It's kind of funny. My fans might do it too, by the way, when I go over LSF, so it's possible. Hasan is losing it on his stream right now. I imagine people would say being stuck in a low-skill job like fast food your whole life would be more soul-destroying, but that's an incredibly small minority of people. Oh, I disagree. That was always the worst part for that line of work for me. But I wonder if that's because I went to private school, so I saw it differently. I think when the trajectory of your life gets cut and you start working ordinary work and you're like, oh, this is the rest of my life, that's the worst. That was the worst part for me, but maybe not everybody feels that way. I'm not sure. Fuck, I think I'm going to retweet this clip just to fuck with Hasan, though.
On this, you could literally ask the subreddit's mods to ban anything to do with you and you wouldn't have this issue.
He already did.
So stupid. I have asked the subreddit moderators to ban me. They literally privately DM me on a Discord server that they set up specifically for this purpose. I asked them to ban me in the past, and then I was like, listen, dude, I don't want to be on this Discord. Why the are they posting this shit? They literally leaked the private conversation that we had to make fun of me over it. You have no idea what you're talking about. They literally all tried Destiny.
Oh my god.
They unbanned me. I brigaded the subreddit specifically and openly so that they would ban me. Okay? So they did. They banned me. And then, how would I know that? Just giving a suggestion.
Hasan believes in gang stalking, but every single one of his gang stalkers is me.
Giving a suggestion. You're actually telling me that I'm wrong on something without actually knowing anything about the issue. You're challenging me without knowing what's going on and blaming me for something that I've tried to deal with. That's the problem. A lot of people have bad days, and when you're having a bad day, you go on here, you go on the stream, and you just like say, F you, streamer, F your life.
He's admitting to brigading. Isn't that grounds for his Reddit account to be banned? It should be, yes.
I just don't want to be on the fucking subreddit. I don't want to be on the subreddit.
To you too? I never call people to explicitly brigade subs or whatever. In fact, I'm pretty sure I tell you guys, or I used to, we just don't talk about it much anymore. We're like, yeah, if you brigade subreddits from a chat or whatever, your Reddit account can get permabanned. You should never be doing that, yeah.
I'm currently #1 villain on LSF, and I have been for some time.
Oh my
Obviously,
God.
it goes through waves. Sometimes Asmongold is that guy. Sometimes even XQC gets to be that guy, okay? For a brief moment. The one guy that's never that guy is Destiny, because he fucking runs that shit, because his community is very active on Reddit, and pretty much that's the most active area that they're at. So they just constantly brigade over and over and over again. But what is the point?
What a wild statement.
Do
Holy
I have to kill him? Is that when the subreddit will get nuked? How many people does this have to actually legitimately harm? Because this isn't about instilling accountability. As I've showed you very clearly, it has nothing to do with the accountability, because why would there be accountability for a take that's out of context? A take that goes against what I personally believe in.
Oh,
right?
He's mad about being taken out of context.